Have you ever met another mom whose kids go to bed early and sleep through the night, like never wake up? And you're wondering, how the hell is that even possible? Like, it's almost hard to imagine that that is someone's reality. Well, that's what most parents feel like before they learn about the rest method. So, what is it and why is it so effective for 3 to 6 year olds? Let me show you. For the last 9 years, since getting certified as a pediatric sleep consultant, my mission has been to empower parents with tools to create peaceful evenings and well-rested kids. And this mission is so personal to me because I've lived it. I know what it feels like. I know that nightmare of having that tough as nails 3-year-old who just refuses to get in bed or turns into a wet noodle on the floor at the first mention of putting on PJs. I have lived it. And that's why I started Awesome Little Sleepers. There is so much talk in the parenting world about sleep and babies. But once kids turn 3 and they're out of that crib, sleep support just kind of falls off the radar. You know what? Even pediatricians stop asking parents about how their kids are sleeping around that 3-year well visit, which is crazy. It's like, do they think just because kids are older now that all of a sudden things are great? Well, that was not my experience. And if you're watching this, I'm guessing it's not your experience either. And that's why I created the rest method. First, selfishly, to get my own 3-year-old to go to sleep. But then once I figure out what worked, it became my mission to help all the parents who were in the same boat. As kids grow into their toddler and preschool years, they really develop like a fierce sense of independence and a real like desire for control, which can really throw us parents off of our game. It's like it kind of comes out of nowhere, right? You know what I mean? It's 30 degrees outside and your kid is all of a sudden just refusing to wear a coat and you don't know what to do. Or they're saying, I do it for just every little thing that they have to do in their lives, which makes everything take forever. Or, they're trying to climb some tall thing at the playground and they're like, pushing your hand away and just rejecting your help. And unfortunately, this really independent phase often coincides with when kids are moving out of the crib and into a big kid bed. So just when they're starting to assert some more control over their lives, they become uncaged, free at night, free to run out of their bed, run out of their room, try to climb into bed with you, all things that you've probably never seen before. And you can throw any of those baby sleep training methods out the window because this wild child does not even resemble the 6-month-old that you sleep trained when they were in a crib. So what is the rest method and why does it work so well with this age group? The rest method stands out because it's designed specifically for older kids, about 2.5 years old, all the way up to 8 years old. And the foundation of this method really considers where your child is at developmentally and what unique needs they have at this toddler preschool age. That child that you call stubborn or strong-willed or relentless is exactly who the rest method is designed for. The rest method takes your child's desire for autonomy and that independent spirit into account. And it also shows you as the parent that you have way more power than you probably even realize at shaping your child's sleep behavior. It shows you how to recognize that power and harness it so that you can use it for good. And after using the rest method, the end result is a kid who feels heard and respected, who gets to exhibit like a healthy amount of independence, but within parentally set boundaries. You got a kid who goes to bed on time and a kid who sleeps 10 to 12 hours through the night with no wake-ups. And this is the only method designed specifically for these big kids. The REST method is an acronym. So here's a breakdown of what the REST stands for. The letter R stands for the right sleep schedule. So establishing the right bedtime and sleep schedule for your child is really crucial. So, does your kid still need a nap? What time should they go to bed? How much sleep do they need anyway? My kid never seems tired. So understanding the answers to these questions is really crucial for a couple reasons. First, so you can be sure that your child's sleep needs are met so that they're healthy and thriving. And two, because bedtime is so much quicker and easier when you have the right bedtime. We call it the right sleep window. There's basically a specific time where your child's body is like primed and ready for sleep. And when you can hit the nail on the head with that right bedtime, bedtime goes so much easier. You can really avoid a lot of those bedtime battles. So it's crucial that you know this. And oftentimes parents overlook this and think it's not important, but it really, really is. The letter E stands for excellent bedtime routine. So a simple, consistent, and fun bedtime routine is really key to have peaceful evenings. So if your bedtime routine right now feels like out of control chaos, then it's because one of those things is missing. Is it simple? Is it consistent? Is it any fun? Many, dare I say most, toddlers can really become masters at stalling during the bedtime routine, or even masters at moving at like a snail's pace, stretching out bedtime so it's taking like an hour or longer when it really doesn't need to be. So the rest method creates a stall-free 15-minute bedtime routine that kids love. And it's got a well-defined beginning and a well-defined end. And when you have this in place, it makes bedtime quick and easy and actually enjoyable. The letter S stands for solo sleep strategy. So getting your kid to fall asleep independently is really the cornerstone of all sleep training, from babies all the way up to big kids. Because when your child can fall asleep and stay asleep alone, not needing any help from you, that's when they're going to get the best sleep, sleeping through the night with no wake-ups. So if your child needs one or more of the following things more nights of the week than not, then they are really not a solo sleeper. So if they need someone to sit or lay with them in order to fall asleep at bedtime, in the middle of the night, if they need someone to like retuck them in or find a lovey or a pacifier, or if they need someone to come pat their back or lay with them if they wake up in the middle of the night, or if they need to sleep with someone in order to stay asleep. So if you've been struggling with one of these things at bedtime or overnight, more nights of the week than not, maybe even multiple times overnight, then your kid really needs help becoming a solo sleeper, because that's how they're going to get the best, most restful sleep every night. The rest method shows you exactly how to do this, exactly how to turn your kiddo into a solo sleeper. And it's got various strategies, so it's really customizable and like adaptable to all different parenting styles. So you really have a customized plan that works for your kid and for your family to develop those independent sleep skills so that your kiddo can fall asleep independently at bedtime and sleep all the way through the night with no wake-ups. The letter T stands for tease a reward. Using rewards are a great way to help kickstart some new good sleep behaviors and really boost your kiddo's confidence. Now, you may have tried using rewards before, but what I see lots of times is that parents set goals that are just too high for their kids to reach, so it has the opposite effect. Kids just end up feeling discouraged, like they can't do it, and then they just give up. The rest method tells you exactly how to set up a reward structure that's gonna work, how to set achievable goals so that your child feels accomplished and proud of themselves. At the end, your kiddo is going to be beaming with pride about how well they're sleeping. So when all of the pieces of the rest method are understood and applied, sleep just isn't such a mystery anymore. Like, you're not looking at other families thinking, how the hell is your kid going to bed at 7:30 and sleeping through the night? You understand how that's possible. You understand how things have gotten so off track at your house, and you have a clear path on how to fix it. I guarantee you that your child can fall asleep happily before 8 p.m. and sleep 10 to 12 hours through the night with no wake-ups. Basically, I'm saying that you can become that family that you've always been jealous of. The rest method really equips you with the practical tools and the step-by-step instructions that you need to make this a reality for your family. If you want to take an even deeper dive into the rest method and figure out if this is going to be the right solution that's going to work for you and your family, then I invite you to join me in my next free Toddler Sleep Masterclass. You can select a time that suits you, but you do have to save a spot. So you can do that at toddlersleepmasterclass.com. I'll see you in class.